Let's say you're in the market for a sporty little hot rod truck. You go to Nissan, no truck. You go to Chevy, no truck. Dodge, no truck. Pretty much no one, with the exception of Ford, doesn't have a little sporty truck in their lineup. Welcome, my friends, and if you're new here, do me a huge favor, click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many, many more. For all you current subscribers, thank you for watching, for liking, and sharing my videos. Now, what do I have next to me? This is the all-new 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. Lobo means wolf in Spanish. This is supposed to be the hot rod version of the Maverick. It's running with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes 250 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. Made it to a quick shifting sports tune 7-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive standard on all Maverick Lobos. I'm going to talk about it, review it, go over all the specs, the features, and the Lobo unique touches that Ford did to this particular version. Stay tuned, that's coming up next. And before I continue, I want to continue to say thank you very much, Ford, for allowing me to have this Ford Maverick Lobo in my home test area for me to review for you guys. You guys are awesome. Stay tuned, that's coming up. Okay, let's talk 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. As you guys can see, the design language is very menacing. The Maverick Lobo comes with this very unique grille. As you see, the Ford logo is blacked out with white lettering. Lobo models are the only ones that you can get if you want fog lights in your Maverick. As you guys can see, LED fog lights. The headlights are pretty much standard Maverick for 2025. You got that C-shaped boomerang on the side, low and high beam LED, incandescent turn signals. My tester has the 360 camera, so there's a camera underneath the Ford logo right there in the front. Probably can't see on camera, but it's right there. This one has front and rear parking sensors. And let's talk about the styling. So the body is a little different. The front end is got a little bit of a lip spoiler going on for a little bit of sporty vibe. My tester is sitting on 19-inch wheels. These are specific to the Maverick. They're a little bit of a deep dish style wheels, and they are wrapped in Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires, 225, 55, 19-inch. You can get traditional looking wheels if you don't like these for an additional cost. This color is called carbon gray metallic. Let me zoom out a little bit there for you guys. And instead of saying, for example, XRT or XLT or LT or Lariat, it just says Lobo, which again means wolves in Spanish. Mirrors are painted, of course, body color. There is one of the cameras for the 360, which one exists in each mirror. Body color door handles. You got a little bit of a body kit on the side under there, little side skirt. This sits about an inch lower than the standard Maverick. I've driven every single Maverick until now, and quite frankly, I don't really notice the difference in terms of the size. Oh, and if you guys can see it with the sun, but this one, the roof is black color, so you can get it black or you can get it body color. It does have a sunroof right there, which we'll go over in the interior portion. Of course, you got a GPS antenna. And on the back, oh, this also has the signature tail light as well. And what that means is you get this little LED ring right here in and out, and little LED marker light, but incandescent turn signal, brake light, and reverse light and license plate bulb. And moving on to the back, you guys can see the bumper slightly has a little bit of a lip, a little bit of style, style, because again, this is the sporty one compared to the traditional Maverick. There's a look at the back. This is standard Maverick affair, not that different. This one does have optional tow hitch receiver with a 4-pin connector. So right here you get a 4-pin connector, license plates on the side. And now that we're back here, let's look at the bed. The bed is 4.5-foot bed. So not the biggest bed in the world, but it is functional. You do have a 400-watt inverter right here, so you can connect your devices. It does have an integrated LED light, cargo management, and all these items I'm pointing out are standard to the Maverick Lobo, which comes standard even with this sprayed-in bed liner. You do have a nice little cubby here, a little cubby there that you can put whatever items you don't want loading around. And the bed height, I mean the tailgate height, can be adjusted by doing one of these, which I think is a clever system. And you just do this, drop it, and then you have, let me adjust the camera there, you have a little bit of an angle for the bed. So if you're carrying weird, awkward items, you can of course carry it that way. Super cool feature and unique. I don't know if too many pickup trucks that have that. Of course, this has backup camera. That's a little light that shines down to show you, I guess, you know, just around the cabin. And that is pretty much it. Oh, and this one has also the power sliding little glass in the back, which we'll go over. I'll show you guys what that looks like in the interior. And let's take a look at the engine bay real quick. Let me open the hood, pull that twice. This one, being the non-hybrid, has the standard 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that makes 250 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. Super reliable motor, no issues. And that's pretty much it. All right, let's step inside the 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. Let's talk about the tech, the features, and the Lobo-specific drive modes. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's step inside the Ford Maverick Lobo. And for those of you who have not seen what a Ford key looks like, this is a standard Ford key. So you have unlock, lock, twice the remote start, and this is the panic, and this is what the back of it looks like. Nothing crazy, nothing special. Besides the Ford Mustang, it will have the Mustang logo back here. It won't say Ford. And to get in, simple. You just put your hand, if the car is off, I have it running now, just put your hand on the door handle, it unlocks. You see this this little rib. That's how you lock the car. And it's actually doing it with the car running, which is interesting. So getting in, all Maverick Lobos come with this dark blue interior. Yes, I know the key's open and I don't have the car's open. But anyway, you know, the Maverick has very hard plastics everywhere. Durable materials, because it is a little truck after all. This part is soft padded. You do have the floating little door handle here, and automatic up and down to all 4 windows, which is a unique touch. There's a door lock lock unlock, and you can put a decent size bottle there. Right there, you can put the size. This one, because it is fully optioned up, it has the B&O Bang & Olufsen sound system. It does sound pretty decent for a tiny little truck. And the interior has what Ford is calling Active X seats with blue and lime accents. So you see the stitching is lime green and blue all over the place. Of course, you have the Lobo naming engraved in behind each seat. Super comfortable. I believe they're synthetic leather. Before we go in, these are the controls right here on the side. So you have your headlight control. You push this for the fog lamps. You also do have little blue accents everywhere, because that's a Maverick thing. You got blue accents on the door panels, and that's it. Power driver's seat with two-way lumbar. And they're not that bad. They're not uncomfortable. And stepping inside here, you do have, like I mentioned outside earlier, you do have a little standard size sunroof. That's also optional. as part of the what Ford calls the luxury package, which includes the keyless entry, a bunch of stuff, the power seat. And new for 2025, Ford, every single Maverick now comes standard with that 8-inch instrument cluster. So no more physical needles and dials. Super useful, super informative. Oh, and the vehicle does have automatic headlights as well. I forgot to say that earlier. Regular turn signal stock, nothing crazy. No automatic wipers in this particular trim, but I believe you can get automatic wipers in the Lariat and different color trim. The Lariat, you can get lighter interior colors, but this is also new for 2025, which is a 13.2-inch display, which is huge, coming from the itty-bitty 8-inch screen that the Maverick had, which was like yay big and had a weird, awkward, useless cubby, in my opinion, that I don't know what it was for. The only bad negative that I will give it is, unfortunately, the climate controls used to be down here. This used to be where the climate controls were. They got removed and now they're permanently in the screen. But the good thing is that this static bar does not go anywhere. So you want climate, you can just click on that there, and you can enable, turn it on. You could do the airflow, front, rear, face, feet, adjust the temperature right here, which is for dual zone climate. Obviously it does have heated seats, it does have heated steering wheel, heated mirrors, and it's a super simple system to use. This is Sync 4. There's your standard controls, phone pairing, sync navigation, vehicle setup. You can control all sorts of vehicle functions and settings. There's your general settings, language, temperature, MPG, connectivity, because this does have built-in Wi-Fi. It does have an Alexa integration, voice assistance, and this actually does have, believe it or not, and then we'll go over the towing in a second, but this has, if you go to apps, built-in YouTube. That's right. This has built-in YouTube on this screen, so you can completely watch YouTube. You're parked, of course, and you got everything full-blown YouTube, just like your smartphone, obviously. And this vehicle does have 360 camera. You can enable it by pressing this button right here. This is next to the hazard button. So right now, what you're looking at is the front-facing view. Put it in reverse. It shows you the reverse trajectory lines, because this vehicle does have a tow package. Well, not the tow package, but it has a tow receiver, so you can do different angles. So that's pointing down to see the receiver, and you can do this view. There is a trailer cam, so you can definitely look at your trailer cam. And what else? Let's see. This is a standard view, and this is just a little bit more narrow. And that's pretty much it in terms of, it does have, again, front and rear parking sensor, excuse me. Not too hard. The system is not too bad. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So once you pair your phone, it will automatically connect and you don't have to worry about anything. But it does have, like I said, standard navigation if you don't want to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This one being the Lobo, the Lobo edition, it does have paddle shifters, and it does have 6 different drive modes. So let's go through them right now. So you do have, starting from the left, you have slippery, you have eco mode, normal of course, you have sport mode, you have trailer mode, so if you're towing something, there's a trailer haul mode, and then you have Lobo. So Lobo basically holds the transmission shift points. The steering gets a little bit sportier. It does change color a little bit, hard to tell on camera, for livelier. And this does also a little bit of an exhaust note. Let me see if I could rev it for you guys. You guys can hear it on camera. It does sound a little livelier, more livelier compared to the standard Maverick, I gotta say. And let me just put it back to normal mode for now. And that's pretty much it. You do get a little cubby here for whatever you want. Keys, a cell phone, standard mirror, nothing outrageous. LED lighting throughout the whole cabin, so everything's LED. You do get LED vanity mirrors right there. And that's pretty much it. A decent sized standard glove box, so bin style glove box. And now that we're here, my tester, this Maverick Lobo, looking at the window sticker, starts at $40,750. And when you include there's a $1,595 destination fee, so it goes up to $42,345 as tested, and it's basically fully loaded. It's not missing anything. Of course, you can get it without the 360 camera. You can get it without the sunroof, and that will definitely dramatically drop down the price. I would say down to like $35,000 if you want to save money. Also, of course, if you get a non-Lobo trim, you will also save money. The steering wheel is nicely padded. Does have more of that lime green and blue accents. Very nicely thick padded. It is tilt and telescopic, so you can do this. You can pull it towards you. Super useful and comfortable. I'm about 5'8". I fit here perfectly fine. I don't feel like I don't fit. The only complaint I gotta give is because it has that power glass roof, as you guys can see, it kind of, those lines get in the way when you're driving. Not a big deal. And that button for that glass is right over here. There's that button that always lights up. You do have USB-C, USB-A. You do have a standard power outlet right here. You do have a wireless charger right here. You have one cubby here, one cubby here. You have two decent sized cup holders, another cubby here. I guess a parking card or debit card slot, rotary dial shifter, electronic parking brake, traction control on and off. This turns on and off the automatic start stop, which I absolutely hate that feature in every modern car, so I usually turn it off. And volume knob right here and power. This has the Pro Trailer Assist, so you can of course start turning this wheel. When you click this, it assists you when it comes to turning and backing up a trailer. It's asking you right now if you have a trailer connected, yes or no. I say no, but super useful feature if you're towing anything. And that note, this particular version of the Maverick, without the towing package, it can tow 2,000 pounds. With the tow package, a standard Maverick can tow up to 4,000 pounds, which is a very healthy amount. You have another little cubby in front of the center console here, and then you do have a decent size center console. And that's pretty much it up front. Let's hop in the back seats real quick, and then we'll go for a quick drive. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's step into the back seat of the Ford Maverick. Body color door handles as well. A little itty bitty window, but like I mentioned earlier, it does have auto up and down, which is cool and not common in most cars. Same floating door handle design, same design as in the front. Big giant water bottle here. You do have a cubby, and similar Active X seats with the lime green and blue accents right here in the back. And because this is a little pickup truck, because even though it's not a body on frame giant behemoth, you can, before we go inside, you can do this. You can pull this little strap on the front, and you have under seat storage. You guys can see, you can of course put things that you don't want people to see. So right there. Let me adjust my camera. So nice little storage there underneath the seat. And if this was a hybrid version, the battery would be under the seat and the car's battery. And you're probably wondering what that flex bed thing is. Let me turn off. That is actually a QR code that you can scan, and Ford gives you a lot of different utilities and how to configure your vehicle. And one of those things is you can 3D print your own cup holders right here next to the standard USB-C. And now that we're here, you do have a household style outlet, 2 USB-Cs there, super useful. All these things, of course, is optional in this particular trim. All right, let's step inside. And stepping inside, this is a seat adjusted to how I drive. I mean, of course, I could move it a little further up, but this is not a big truck. So it's not a big vehicle, and the seats are completely wrapped all around. You do have deep pockets, and that's pretty much it. You do have a tiny center armrest with 2 cup holders here, and that is pretty much it. Oh, and the speakers, in case you're wondering where they are, they're right there, right by your ear, so you'll be able to hear everything. You do have grab handles, co-hangers in each of the back of each Maverick. So, and that's pretty much it. You can just click it here to turn on the lights. Super easy. And that's a view of the cluster from the back. And that's pretty much it. Oh, let me just turn around and show you guys the headroom. So headroom, I'm 5'8". I fit fine, not the end of the world. And of course you can lower the window for air and open this one so you can get, of course, even more air back here, which is super cool. All right, let's take this Ford Maverick Lobo for my first drive and final thoughts. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's drive the 2025 Ford Maverick Lobo. I am in normal mode, and I'll put it in, just put it in Lobo mode, which is one of the new modes that you get. So what that does is it makes the steering a little livelier, and as you guys may pick up on camera or the microphone, I don't know if it's picking it up, it also holds the rev a little longer. So, and then if you put it in manual mode, it's here. Oh yeah. It does wake up and becomes a little livelier truck. And I noticed that it turns off the traction control. And of course you can have your little fun with the paddle shifters. And yeah, it's not bad. It handles pretty good for a little pickup truck. And it's definitely holding the gears. It's doing a good job. But let me put it back to downshifting here because somebody stopped down. But let me just put it back to normal mode. And the gauges do change, and it says big track use only, which is kind of hilarious. But if I put it back to, let me see, normal mode. Well, let me put it in sport mode. Let me just leave it in sport mode. We're about to go into the highway, my usual highway loop. Let me go in here, and hopefully there is no cops, and I'm gonna send it. And yeah, it does have a nice exhaust note. Absolutely, and it gets up to speed very quickly. And keep in mind, the engine is a 250 horsepower, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and torque is 277. This one, because it's the Lobo, has the 7-speed automatic instead of the standard 8-speed automatic. But it's a great little truck, and there's a reason why all these years later the Maverick is still around. For the major change that I like that Ford did was upgrading the infotainment, because the standard one was too small. And the only thing I will critique in here is this screen should be a little tilted back. This way you have a little bit of an angle when you're looking at it. But besides that, that's just me nitpicking. Overall though, quality wise, it's excellent. I mean, it's a huge screen, good 360 camera, which you can, by the way, enable the rear camera as you drive, so you can kind of keep tabs on who's behind you, which is kind of cool. That allows you to, Ford allows you to do that. And that is pretty much it for my first drive and full review of the Ford Maverick Lobo. And I want to take a moment to thank you guys for watching, for liking and sharing my videos. I really appreciate it. I can't do this without you guys, without your support, and most importantly, without the support of the fine folks at Ford, which allowed me to have this car in my home test area for an extended period of time, which is a first for me, which is good. And that's pretty much it, guys. Let me put in here real quick so I can close out my video without doing it while I'm driving. Oh, the sun is potent. Anyway, thanks again for watching. And if you're watching this during the holiday season, I want you all to have a happy holidays. Have a happy Thanksgiving. If you had, of course, hopefully had a great Thanksgiving and a good Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and 2026. And I'll see you all on the next one. Take care and stay safe.